many ways, it just takes all of us to make an effort to know our own history and get it out in any way you can, because you never know where it might lead. I don't think when Graham first thought of this as an idea, he said, okay, it's going to be a book, and 20 years later, it'll be picked up by someone who wants to make a movie, and 10 years later, it'll be a movie. So it just, you know, and I'm grateful to have been in the right place at the right time. And when I came on board, I was very anxious to find out as much as I could, because this part of World War II, you know, we sort of know some of the history of what happened on the mainland and the camps throughout the U.S. But in Hawaii, it was kind of a very separate series of events and a very particular history. And fortunately, thanks to the Japanese Cultural Center of Hawaii, they've produced a documentary film that's out there, and a couple of books that I just soaked up, because they were specifically about Issei's and being arrested right after December 7th, and all of the prison sites and where they were held. Many of them ended up here in Tule Lake and various camps in the U.S. And throughout the entire history, throughout the whole war, were not able to be reunited with their families until 1945. And so it was that long of a journey that these families tried to get back together, and that the mothers were out of contact with the fathers and sort of had to carry on the family themselves and make big decisions about what do we do with the property. Do we move to, do we voluntarily intern ourselves so that we can try to be with Papa? And they did these things with, having probably a 2-month lag time between writing letters back and forth that were censored, and that, they didn't have time to wait for the answer. They just had to decide, okay, we're going to sell this property and we're going to give the furniture to these people, and then we're going to move and get on this train. And so it's just, there's so much amazing history that's just kind of starting to get uncovered.
I'd like to open up the floor to questions.